Good morning, YouTubers. So I did a short video yesterday on this trapper, and story behind this trapper is I found it out on the job, been years and years ago. It was just laying on the ground. I was out on the job and just was walking, looking for something, and I looked down and saw this laying there. Now, I don't know, somebody maybe dropped it or something. Excuse me. This weather here's real wet and cold. So this trapper, it's a, as I told you yesterday, it's a Stag. I think this is because I found it in the 90s, mid 90s, somewhere around in there. So, it's I guess a 1990s model, according to the stamping on the blade anyway. So as I said yesterday, I was going to try to clean it up and, and get some of these little holes out. And, I did somewhat, made it a little better, but they're still in there pretty deep. I was afraid to, keep sanding on it. So, they're still there. I'm not going to worry about it, anymore. A guy left me a comment on YouTube, said, well, maybe the guy marked it like how many deer he killed and all. Yeah, and that could be the reason they're on there. Also, there's one right there. And there's one right there. So, I don't know what the deal was with it. But, I used some 800 grit sandpaper. I used a little belt sander I've got and used a Dremel to polish it. I polished the bone up with my Dremel with some polishing compound. And, it opens. It still opens good. It's I didn't really do much with a knife blade. I just I kind of polished them best I could, and they're scratched. But the knife's been used. It hadn't been really used much. It don't look like it's been sharpened a whole lot, or if it has, it hadn't been in a while. I've got to put an edge on it, but I didn't do that yesterday. I polished the pins right there, and also the shield, polished the shield up, you can see. But, I tried to get these little marks out of it, but I just couldn't do it. I did manage to shine the brass up on the back and the springs. But, the liners, aren't hurt, except for that middle one. That's where the little holes are at. And, like I said, the pins are shinier. I tried to polish the blades up best I could, but, it's still a usable knife. Honestly, it's still a usable knife. This is, basically the one I carry every day. It's a CASEXX 1095 carbon steel. This is stainless. This is a stainless steel knife. See, it's got the lightning bolt SS on it, but you can see the markings on the blade. Kind of tells you the year it was made. But I guess really that's the best I could do. I didn't want to get down in these liners. The more I mess with it, you can tell it's pretty deep. Whatever he punched it with, or hit it with, or whatever, those little holes. So it's like I said, it's still a functional. It's still a functional knife. It's still got good snap, opens good. It's usable, you know, just a good beat around knife. But I guess I did the best I could do, considering, you know, I don't have the professional knife making stuff. You know, I've got a small belt sander that I sharpen with, and I use it on my leather and stuff. I got a Dremel with some polishing wheels and stuff on it, but you know, I even tried to put a file on it, a flat file, a fine one. I used some 800 grit sandpaper, sanded it a while, but like I said, it didn't. I mean, it's, you know, it's a little better, but it's just gonna have to basically stay the way it is. I carry my CASEXX daily in this, but you know, it was a freebie, so you know, what can you say? Just you know, I'm sure the guy that lost it was probably unhappy when he realized it. He probably didn't even realize where where he dropped it at. So, you know, that'd be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But still a pretty knife, actually. You know, it's a pretty knife. You know, this Stag, it's a beautiful Stag. But man, I tell you, I would have been sick if I would have dropped this somewhere. You know, because that's a gorgeous knife, even despite of the attempted customization or whatever that is, whatever that did, you know, whatever that was meant for, the little holes, you know, whatever that's for, you know, I don't know. So, but you know, I think you can see them pretty good right here. You can see the little hole right there, and you got one on this side. I don't know, kind of weird. Heavy knife. It's a little bit heavier than this one, but it's a little thicker too, because you can see usually when they put the type of Stag or handles on there, they're thicker. It's basically thicker than a micarta. This is a micarta handle, so I actually put a little oil on this thing a while ago while I was down there. So 1095 steel, you gotta keep a little oil on them every now and then. Keep them. Oh, excuse me. You know, you don't have to get carried away with it and oil them every day or anything like that. Oh, we got the hiccup. Sorry, but you don't have to. You don't have to get carried away with the oil. But you know, if you get wet, if you're outside and it gets wet or something, you wanna wipe it off. But you can see this knife's getting a little patina on it right there. You can see over here on this, right here, where it's getting a little patina. I like it when they get patina on them. You know, they get just a little darker. It won't be long. It'll have a good patina on them. That oil makes it. You know, people say, what kind of oil do you use? You know, I use WD-40. I've got some 3-in-1 oil. I've got some Remington knife oil. You know, just whatever. And I tell you another thing that's good. I got a can of silicone spray that I use on my Benchmade. A little silicone spray in here makes these things open good. But as far as keeping your blades, you know, in good shape, a little oil every now and then. Just wipe it on and let it set and wipe it off. You got to take care of your knives. This wasn't taken care of. This was, somebody tried to customize it, but still a pretty knife. I'm gonna keep it. You know, I'm gonna keep it and hold on to it. It's a beautiful knife. It actually fits in here. This is the one I normally use when I'm making leather sheaths. I use it as a, you know, just one to form the leather with. I use this one. So anyway, I tried. You know, I tried. Kind of enjoyed messing around with it, but like I said, it's still looks a little better. You know, it's all polished up, shiny. But so anyway, you know, if you like this video, I appreciate if you leave a comment. I appreciate if you follow my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. You know, if you've ever found a knife outdoors, you know, I found a couple. I've got a old timer I found, you know, years ago. But if you've ever found one, you know, leave a comment, tell me about it. You know, tell me what you think about this thing. If you know, wondering why the little holes were done to it, you know. But and I would imagine back when this one was bought, it was a fairly expensive trapper because of the Stag. You see how pretty the Stag is right there. So, you know, anyway, appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Y'all have a great Christmas. Be careful out there. Drive safe, and God bless you.